What's up, people? You now tuned in to still the Untitled Podcast episode where I interview people, my peeps, my friends, my family from the jump rope community. I am L.R.Player as usual. And this brother here is a special guest. As always, my guests are special. I was fortunate enough to meet him personally at the New York meetup back in August 2022. If you follow his Instagram, you follow his story. He always on the ground every day in the gym, getting it in, being consistent. And this is type of thing you want to kind of model yourself after. Not saying doing what he do, but as far as like seeing the determination, the consistency, and also he's a maestro with the beaded rope. So without further ado, my brother Nicky B, what's good, brother?
Larry, man, what an intro. I love it, dude. I love it,
Man, I'm
man.
working on it, man. I'm working on it, bro. How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling great, man, now that I'm talking to you, dude. I was looking forward to, I was listening to the past podcast interviews that you've done. I'm like, man, you got it going on here. You're doing the right thing.
Man, I appreciate it, man. I feel like, man, there's a lot of untapped and unheard talent in this community, and I just kind of
Hmm.
want to bring it out the best way I can.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
So, recently married. How you? Congratulations, first of all.
Thanks, man.
How's the
Honestly,
new life is? How's the adjustment?
it feels great. It feels great. A lot of people told me in the beginning, right, that Um, you know, they were saying you might not feel any different, but I feel different and for the better. I just feel, our relationship is a little bit stronger and a little bit about myself and my wife. We were both adoptees. So I was adopted from Korea, she was adopted from China. So the fact that we were able to find ourselves on this side of the planet is pretty mind blowing to the both of us.
Oh, that is like an awesome, like common bond that y'all both share.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
any little ones in the future planned?
Yeah, probably in the future, not for maybe like a couple more years or so, but
Yeah.
yeah, we definitely see that in the future, definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
We
Okay.
have
That's
two
what's.
cats now. We just got not too long
Hey,
ago, two
practice.
kittens.
Practice taking
That's right.
care. So man, like I said in the intro, people, if anybody follow you, they see you in the gym early morning, getting it in. What is that like? Like, do you struggle to like get up in the morning? Do you like set a goal, or do you just like what I'm saying? This is like how
Hmm.
you built your routine. About to explain that for.
So actually, really quick, before I dive into that, I have to say that the emoji with the pound that I do, I got that from you. So, and I don't think I've really given you actual credit for it. Just because it's that time, man. It's that time of the morning. It's early. So,
Yeah,
I
I honestly
I saw
can't
that.
take credit for that myself. This guy at my local gym, he's a personal trainer now. He the one that really started it. So I'm just,
I
but
got
it's
it. So
all
we're
good,
tracing it
man.
back.
Yeah, so it's all
Yeah.
good. Do it, man. People check in, man. I love it.
Yeah, yeah. And I think it's great, man. I do see a pretty decent amount of interaction there. So I know that it's like really getting, and people told me too, like it's one of those things where it kind of gets them going throughout the day or if they need to get into the gym right in the morning. But essentially, I have a few different tips that I do to really make sure that I'm able to get up on time. I set
Mm-hmm.
three alarms, right?
Oh
And I
wow.
make sure that I have my workout clothes picked out the day before because I don't want to wake up in the morning. I don't want to try and find all the things I have to wear. I make sure all my stuff is packed, my ropes. I have like a banana and stuff like that in the morning before I leave. All my stuff is ready the night before. Um, and a while ago, before I started jump roping, my fiance then was saying like, "You're not going to wake up in the morning and jump rope." And right at the time, I wasn't going to do that, but once I turned over that new leaf, started jumping the rope, started the process. Right, I was like, I'm going to make sure I'm going to do it and get it done, and it's just stuck with me ever since.
Oh yeah, you do got a consistency going on right here, like a
Yeah.
streak or something.
Mhm.
Man, I do try to like mentally compete with you. Like I gotta beat them up in the morning.
I see it, man. I do. I see you're checking into, and I'm like, and the
Yeah,
days,
I
I'll tell you, the
lose a
days
lot
that
of
it doesn't
times though.
happen, the days that it doesn't happen, it motivates me for the next time.
Oh yeah, man, I lose a lot against you mentally. You just don't know it yet.
Yeah. It's the consistency too, man. It really does. Like the habit part of it really helps to get up and go because then I'm like, I'm used to doing it. Like I've been doing it. Like, why stop?
Hmm. So, when I personally met you in person back in New York, you was bigger than what you appear online. Um, did you go through a transformation beforehand, or did you just like start like I am skinny and frail and just swell up like that?
So, it kind of goes back to my high school days because I was in pretty good shape, and I've always been a pretty big, stocky guy. I never really was like a skinny, small person, right?
Mm-hmm.
So after I stopped playing team sports in high school, went to college, stopped really kind of playing sports altogether, kind of like lost it all there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gained a ton of weight, was out of shape, didn't do anything physical really at all. And then after college, pandemic hit when most people did. That's when I was like, I gotta change something. So I took a really big deep dive into it, did the research and whatnot. So as far as like a transformation goes, when I first started jumping, I got pretty skinny, right?
Yeah.
I didn't really lift weights that much. I was at my lightest. I think I was at like 203, 204.
Uh,
At the meetup, I think I was like around like 215 or so, 210.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
and now I think since the wedding and stuff like that, I haven't really keep track of my diet too much. But now getting back into like the springtime, the later winter months, I'm starting to dial in a little bit more and trying to like eat better and take care of myself a little bit more.
So, would you say your body fat percentage is quite low? Because I'm
Not
like
at the
I'm
moment.
no, because I'm at like 203 right now, but you can see I'm
Okay.
just tall and skinny. So,
Yeah, you were taller than I thought too, man. That's the thing too. The height really gets you on Instagram and social media.
oh, it's just an illusion. It's definitely an illusion.
Yeah, yeah. I think
So,
Natalie from Florida, she seems tall, but in real life, I never met her, but I've met people like Rahul and then met her in person, and she's apparently like a lot shorter than she seems in real life.
it's the camera angles.
It's a big deal, man.
It's the camera angles for sure.
It's a big
So,
deal.
man, you be pushing like massive weight at the gym, constantly and consistently. Like, do you have like any deload weeks, program or?
Yeah, so usually I'm trying to stay on top and like I don't want to go below a certain weight. I think that might just be ego. But during the weeks where I'm not really feeling as strong, I'll definitely lower the weight and go for the reps and the form. And I've been seeing myself do that a little bit more lately, just because it's just I don't think it's sustainable to really kind of be moving around like heavy weight all the time. So
Right.
like just trying to like I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been stretching right, but I started doing some foam rolling at the beginning of the year, right, to try to just kind of like move that along. But yeah, I think lowering the weight, getting your good form in, if you wanted to push more weight, will ultimately help that. So
Right. So, what is your recovery like afterwards?
my recovery isn't the best, man. I will be the first to say it. I don't have much recovery.
Yeah,
My
I'm with you.
recovery, I have a couple things that I do that are consistent. I ice my knees. I had jumper's knee in my left knee for a while, but this band that I got from Pro Band Sports, they really kind of helped me out. They sent me this knee band and it really kind of made it feel better aside from the ice. And I have a lacrosse ball that I rolled my feet out with when I'm sitting down at my desk because I work from home.
Oh,
So
okay.
that really kind of helps break up the fascia in my feet. And I stand a lot throughout the day too. I try to like stand, as much as I can, not sitting down, but that sort of thing. But I got to stretch more. I need to find the time. And actually, I just forgot though, but saunas, man, they have a sauna at my gym. And I drive an extra like 20 extra minutes just to get there. But I do
Mm-hmm.
it because I sit in the sauna for maybe like 10, 15 minutes afterwards or in the beginning, depending. And that helps a lot.
So, since you just mentioned you work from home, being able to get to the gym, does that help you out mentally, where you just don't feel static being at home because you're working at home? Like you look
Yeah.
forward to go to the gym to get up out of your place.
100%. And that was the whole thing too that kind of started me doing like jumping rope was because I
Mm-hmm.
needed to find like a because at first I loved it. I was like, working home is great, I can't wait. And then I went through this crazy period of just like, I got to get out of here. And after that crazy period of me saying I got to get out of here, that's when I found jump rope and stuff like that. Got myself a routine. Now it's not like I started out going to the gym at 5 a.m. in the beginning. I actually started jumping it for like a half hour after work, 15 minutes after work in the afternoons. found that I didn't have enough time. So I was like, where can I make time in the morning?
Right.
So I got up a little bit earlier, worked out for like a half hour in the morning because I really got to get used to it. And then I slowly added like 15 minutes to the alarm, getting up a little bit earlier. Winter time came around, got a gym membership, got in the gym, started lifting again, and that's kind of how it happened.
Yeah, you got a streak going on, man. It's very impressive though that like you do that. To be honest with you,
Yeah. And I
and
think I'm just a
then
morning person in general, though. Like
right,
I'm up pretty early to begin with, so I think that helps.
it does help, man. Cause do
Yeah.
anybody ever call you crazy or call you that you're not human for being up so early like that? Cause I get it all
Yeah,
the
they
time.
do. And then the next question is, what time do you go to sleep? And then that answer is, I try to go to bed around like 9:30.
Right.
10 o'clock is late. I need at that point. And I've been slacking with the sleep lately too, and that's why I kind of honestly I feel a lack in my performance when I'm in the gym, like when I'm getting my lifts in.
Mm-hmm.
But sleep is a big thing, man, that I need to get back on track as well.
Same here. Same here. So
Yeah.
your beat it rope flow, Mister EB dive release into the EB dive. You mainly like the main person that I see do that a lot. I see Alex Juan or Juan Alex. I don't know which way his
Mm,
name is
yeah.
pronounced. Besides that, you the main one that I see do that a lot. Like that's your signature. So how did you discover that to put that in your style? Sorry.
Right. So you're right. I think I saw Alex do it first. Only one Alex, right? And he's
Yeah.
one of my favorite guys to watch because he can incorporate any move and I feel make it look super cool, right? And
Right.
so I saw him do that, and I really broke it down. And I'm like, how do you catch this thing, right? Like, because we can like catching a normal mick, once you've done a ton of them, like you get it, but like to catch it in your body being in a different way. So I kind of just and I kind of went over this in my live the other day.
Right.
Is when you're catching that EB dive, right? It's all about kind of like where your body is positioned, right? So whenever I jump, I think of a compass, my north, south, east, and west.
Right.
So I look at where my feet are, but that doesn't necessarily mean that my upper body is positioned in the same way.
Right.
So I kind of just catch the rope the same way that I would be in a normal mic,
Mm-hmm.
but my feet are like the opposite way, or like vice versa, my body's the opposite way.
So it's
So
either
just
like a northwest or a northeast type position.
right, right. So like and also just you don't always have to like figure it out with the rope. That's like you standing still. Like move your body with the rope. You're not the rope's not the only thing that has to be moving for you to figure out a certain trick, right? Try to
Right.
like manipulate other things, your direction, your body, and that's a great thing that you just said. Like right with that EB dive part, man, it's kind of like coming on an angle, right? So
Right.
it's not like you're gonna skip through the EB dive like where it's like straight, like one arm is like this, right? It's
Right.
kind of like coming in on an angle. So just trying to figure out those little nuances, those little angles, right, are huge.
The small details make a big difference.
Absolutely.
What's the next trick you got in your playbook that you trying to unlock or improve?
So I usually break it down in categories, and I don't know how you do it, but so I'll do it into like my rap category. I have a few raps that I'm working on right now. You and Cody have been pushing me on a few different types of raps, like some Toad raps and some Kruger raps and stuff like that.
Right.
And they've been challenging me just to get it done smoothly, right? Like, cause like I can't keep that nice U shape, so just some different wraps of like Toads and Krugers and getting in and out of those with some doubles and some crosses are definitely difficult. Power moves, I'm trying to get this frog man. I'm not good at handstands and stuff like that, so that one's been giving me some trouble. Let's see. I think, just cleaning up the TJ because my back foot kind of just does not want to like extend out. It kind of like stays underneath and my form is all hunched. So just to try to clean that kind of stuff up. But those are mainly the main things that I'm trying to work on right now. TJ, frog, and some wraps that involve some crosses and stuff.
Um, I'm scared of the frog. My
Me too,
TJ,
man.
yeah, my TJ, I feel like my back foot kick backwards too much or too far that the rope keep clipping it when I'm trying to uh
Yeah.
cross out of it, like the ending part of it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I see most people they kind of keep their legs straight, but then it's like how high they jumping or how fast they moving their hands.
Right.
Um, so
I
I
feel like
haven't
there's two
been.
kind of TJs, right? There's like your freestyler, like, enthusiast TJ, right? That has that nice, like, crazy leg split. Then
Yeah,
you have your competitive TJ, super tight up here,
yes,
right?
straight
Posture's
up and
great,
down.
no
That
leg split, but just like super, just like, neat and clean. So I
yeah,
guess
I'm
I'm
terrible
just
on
trying to
both of
figure
them.
out. Me too, man.
I'm terrible on both of them.
Oh man,
So your mic releases, are you able to do with your non-dominant?
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. So the only I can only do a handful of them. Can only do like your standard like single, double rotation. I can mamba a little bit, but getting into the mamba is a little messy. It's bad, man. I remember when I started doing releases and stuff like that, I was doing both sides super easy. Then I saw progress on one side and I just stuck with it. I didn't, I was like, I'm starting to see something here. I'm not losing it. So,
Are you
uh,
ambidextrous?
no,
Oh,
not at
okay.
all.
That's why I was like, okay, hold up. He was practicing mic on both sides, which that's kind of interesting because um, I'm starting to do it with my non-dominant now, and
Hmm.
mentally I'm trying to mimic what I do with my right hand, or with
Right.
my left hand. I'm making a little progress, but not anything that I could throw in the combo yet.
Yeah. Especially, man, it's just like, you can kind of explain it to somebody who's asking you about it, right? And then when
Right.
you try to explain it to yourself and you're trying to do it, and then you're like, man, what is going on? It's just like the connection is not there, but it's
Yeah,
frustrating.
yeah. Mentally, you know what's going on, but the body is not. I don't know. It's not
Yeah,
receiving the signal from the brain. Obviously, got to check the
right.
Wi-Fi signal.
Oh man.
So, I recently found this out, and I don't know if many people know this about you, but you are into photography, right? Because
Yeah,
you have
yeah,
a
man.
photography account, right?
I do. I do. And
Um,
I want to get into it more. Yeah.
Tell us about that. Like, what kind of camera do you use? What kind of shots that you like to take?
Yeah. So it just started. My dad was big into photography, right? So
Mm,
my first exposure to taking pictures in with the camera was with his. I don't even know what he had. He had some sort of like Canon camera, the DSLR camera, like a heavy duty one, and we
right.
would just take that everywhere. And so I just kind of took it from him a couple of times and went out shooting a little bit. But once he moved down to Florida, so now I just was like, I just started taking pictures with my phone, my iPhone. Just finding some different locations, just trying to find some like abstract views, and I don't know, I just kind of liked it. And I found out, and of course, like different types of pictures. So like long exposure pictures where it looks like things are moving in the background, like especially things like water
Yep.
or stars or lights at night, right? With the streaks, I thought those are super cool to look at. And then it kind of got me looking into cinematography, right? So I like looking at certain like drone things, like drone footages and different drone content that I look are super cool because you're essentially taking this high def camera and you're putting it on like a helicopter, almost like this mini little copter that can fly around.
Right.
So I've seen some people out there shooting some pretty cool jump rope videos with some drones in it, and it just looks super epic. But just taking in like the Earth's landscapes and stuff like that, and so that's what I guess I like taking pictures of. It's just like different landscapes, time of the days, like waters and stuff like that, right? So it's just a little side hobby that I like to do.
Are you gonna incorporate like a story with those still pictures that you take, the portraits pictures that you take? Like,
I
is
don't know.
that
That's
something in addition that you wanna add to that?
I think right now it's just one of those things where I'm just doing on the side as a hobby.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a couple of people like just want like a copy of one of the photos, so that wasn't a big deal on like a canvas or something, but not anything that I really taken too seriously right now. But I still enjoy doing it and stuff like that. So you never know where it could take me in the future.
It, exactly. It's just like another. I don't want to say like personality or another extension of who you are. Besides knowing you as a jump rope athlete,
Right? Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and it's just, it's just another thing for me to kind of like take where I might need to like, clear my mind this way or something like that, right? Maybe I don't want to jump that day, or maybe I just want to go out there and just it's a beautiful day out or something like that. It's nice and enjoy the weather. It's just, another avenue and outlet that I can use.
All right. So I had this conversation with somebody before, and I'm gonna bring this up with you. Uh, who is Nicky B when you not being the athlete Nicky B? Like,
That's a
who
good
are you?
question.
Yeah.
Hmm. Who am I
Like,
besides when I'm not jumping?
yeah. Who are you besides when you're not jumping?
All right. Um, let's see. Uh, when I'm not jumping, that's a good question. That's a good question, Larry. All right, let me see how to answer this then. Um, I like spending time with my loved ones. You know what I mean? My friends who are dear to me, my family members who I love and care about. Just being around people and sharing different experiences with them. I like to do fun things. I'm pretty. You ever hear when people say like I'm an introverted extrovert?
Yes,
I'm
you're
kind of like
introvert,
that.
but you're extrovert with your friends and family. So I'm the
Right.
same way.
Yeah, yeah. And I think just being comfortable right with people and just kind of getting down to like kind of like what we're doing now, right? Just getting to know each other on like a little bit of a deeper level.
Right.
So I just like to know and find out who people are, get to know them. I wear my heart on my sleeve, so you know, and that's I think I need to do better with that on social media and Instagram, just letting the people who I care about, know who I am a little bit more instead. But it's hard, dude. But
Yeah, it is hard because like since we all like a jump rope account, we feel like
mhm.
we should just keep it as an account. Cause
Right,
like
right, yeah. Mhm.
I also think because like me personally, my handle I don't have like skips or jump or
Mhm.
something related to jump rope in my name. I just thought about like I should be able to share a little bit who I am on the outside of just being jump roping a jump rope
Absolutely, man.
athlete. But it is
100%.
important to separate being an athlete and who you are, you know what I'm saying, at
Yeah.
times because I've been seeing people get burned out about that from that and they
Mhm.
just take breaks, which is cool,
Yeah.
but it
Mhm.
happens frequently more than
Yeah.
I would like people to do. But
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Because then that's another thing too, and just going into that kind of like, and I don't even know if I wanted to even bring it up, but just that social media aspect, right? Is just remember why you're doing it. And I remember when I first started my account, I was like, why am I starting this account? Is to try and track my progress, connect with some people that are like-minded, and
right,
just kind of just evolve and be a better version of myself. Primarily through jump rope, right? So as long as I keep that in the back of my head and just remember that and stay true to it,
right.
then I think, the pieces fall where they are and
No,
we move on.
it's a constant reminder. People need to hear that. I
Yeah.
talk to myself about it all the time. It ain't about the numbers. It ain't about the likes. A lot of
Hmm.
time, it's not about the sponsorship that you're not receiving, but
Right.
it's
Right.
about at least that one or two person that message you in the DM just telling you like
Yeah.
your expo or how great you are, and those little reasons be the reasons that what I'm saying a person like me keep going.
Yeah, man.
You,
Absolutely. And just to see people like evolving, right? And just say, or I learned this from you, or just sending someone some tips and they get it,
mm-hmm.
is just super valuable to I think both parties involved. So
I that's one thing I do enjoy, like when people, especially like a lot of newbies, just get like something basic done, but you just see that like the excitement and the joy on their face. Like that's
yeah.
something I really do enjoy personally.
Hmm. Yeah, man, because I'm sure you remember too, man. We were both there. Everyone in jump rope has been there at that point, and
Yeah,
um, and I think at least for me, and I think the same for you and anybody is we still have those moments where we're trying to figure something out, and we're screen recording and going through the photos, right, and looking back, dissecting, right, on a micro level, and just for us to get it, we understand what that feels like. So it's so relatable to everybody involved, like everybody on no matter what level it is.
so speaking on that, like, because me personally, I have found myself able to unlock something faster by the way I digest. what I see or what people hear, people tell me. So how is that with you? Since like compare like the way you unlock things now than when you
Mhm.
first started. Like
Right.
if
So it's a combination, right? Because I feel like we have our own jump rope lingo. Just like right there, just now what we were saying before, like the compass directions, right? I feel like if anybody else were to kind of like understand what or kind of just came in on that part of the conversation, they're like, what are you talking about? But we just have that understanding we can mentally place ourselves in that spot. So the more and more that we hear those things and see them and do them,
mm-hmm.
it's gonna get easier. So it is easier for me to figure things out now, put my hands in a certain place, right, where they usually are when I'm jumping, to kind of figure things out that way, and to hear different perspectives on it with different words that people say, that, it's definitely a little bit easier to pick up on, you know, than it, was even like a few months ago. It's constantly evolving.
So are you like a visual learner or you can just pick that up mentally like in your head or is it goes both ways with you?
Definitely more visually. Like if I see something, I'll have to screen record it right then and there so I can go back to it, right when I want to try it, or I'll go out and I'll try it right away just while it's fresh. Because if I don't really see it, and I find myself putting myself in weird positions, like I'll hold my phone like this way, looking at it, right? Because like, the way the screen is and the way things are flipped.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of mentally program myself just to know everything backwards. So um
That's a skill
I
right
like a
there.
lot of people right-handed. I'm left-handed. So when I see
Hmm.
them turn a certain way, I'm thinking they turning. I'm thinking they turning left like on the 360.
Right. Yeah,
So
yeah,
I was like,
that's
okay,
that's
I know.
tough, man. Because like when you look, because I've definitely tried to do some things that you do, and there's a lot of other lefty jumpers, like like Chris is a lefty jumper. So like when I watch anybody who's the opposite hand or doing something on their weak side, that's my strong, right? And I'm like, it's weird to kind of flip that or like mirror that, But yeah, visually, I can't do it without seeing it, man. Like if you were to say a combo right now over here, right, and not show me, it'd be hard to kind of follow that.
No, I think you'll get it. Cause so for example, what if I say, you're doing regular run skip, and
Hmm.
then you turn to your strong side to a 180, right? So you end up backwards.
Okay.
You jump, do a single jump,
Uh-huh.
and then, like I say, you do like a EB
Hmm.
dive.
Okay.
But when you do the
Backwards,
EB,
right?
yes, you still backwards. So you
Yep.
do an EB dive, and you
Yep.
come back like you about to do a single, but you kind of do like a step through mick on the same side.
Okay. Yeah, I think I followed you there. Yeah. But then right there, see, like my next thought is I'm about to go downstairs right now, grab my rope and try it out.
But you do honestly, I think you do it all the time though. Just
Yeah,
like
yeah,
muscle memory. That's why I
yeah,
kind of threw
definitely.
that in there.
You're right. And as you were saying, I was like, okay, I remember doing that before. Oh, and I could see, yep. And I was like, all right, in my mind with my hands, I get you, man. I get you. That's funny.
What other type of training that you do besides like jump rope and like resistance training? Like, do you do mobility, sports, anything?
Um, Not really.
No,
It's bad, man.
it's
And
all good.
so I wanted to start getting into like a couple things. There's a guy I go to the gym with now. He recommended me to this massage therapist, right? And I think implementing certain types of massage would definitely be helpful. And I want to get into ice baths, man.
The what?
Um, Cryotherapy and just ice baths and that sort of
Oh,
thing,
okay.
because I know the benefits of sauna, right, and that extreme heat for short periods of time, right, and but the sauna, right, and reducing that inflammation through ice and cold therapy,
Yeah,
um I think is super beneficial. And it's hard because like I'll try and do like 30 seconds of cold water in the shower, and it just
I
that
can't do it. I
no.
could do the cold weather. Like I love the cold weather, but
Mhm.
as far as like that cold hitting my skin with that water, I can't do it.
It's tough, but I know the
It's
benefits of it, man. So like I know that I would feel better even if I were to do it like once or twice a week, you know, uh, but I haven't done it yet. It's just something that I keep been saying to myself. But um, you know, and I used to do a CrossFit class where I used to live, and I tried a few CrossFit, classes with them, and
Hmm.
it was different. And I like the intensity. I like the different types of lifts and movements that they were doing. They were definitely very challenging. So that's not out of the cards either. I would be willing to try that again too, but it's tough,
Uh,
man.
internet connection.
Uh,
It's all good. Um, yeah, I tried CrossFit class here and there, and I do enjoy it myself. If I
is
can
that?
get myself.
Let me see. There you go. We're back.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I do enjoy it myself. And oftentimes I do practice like trying to do cleans at the gym, but
Hmm.
my mechanics is so off because I'm basically muscling the weight without, and I'm not like doing the proper thing. So that's something
Yeah.
I do want to do more of is CrossFit.
Yeah, yeah. It's definitely, and I see some guys in my gym too that are doing CrossFit based workouts. And I
Yep.
see them and they're pushing it, man. They're getting after it. And I'm just like, I'm sitting over there on the bench taking a break for like a minute and a half, 2 minutes. So, but yeah, man. And that's what I just say to myself. We're just working out and doing our own thing. But it's interesting to kind of see how they move, and their strengths and like, you see a lot of CrossFit guys do like front squats and stuff like that, and like you were saying, like power cleans, and like I can barely do like a front squat without any weight because like my mobility is so not there. So just doing that sort of stuff to try to improve my flexibility is probably a goal of mine that I need to start working on.
More mobility drills, workouts. Yeah, that's
Yeah, yeah.
something I need too, man, because I'm getting up there in age.
Father
So,
time.
couple of fire questions. Quick question, fire
Mm.
rapid question. I'm sorry. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
I'm gonna say, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Oh, here we go. All right.
it's the
Pineapple on
cameraman.
pizza.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say yes.
Yep.
I'm gonna say
Um,
yes.
speed training or shuffling?
Shuffling.
Shuffling. Let's see. You already mentioned the frog as a power move. Um, how you ever tried like the push up version of the power move?
I have. Doesn't usually turn out that great, and it takes me a while to kind of get back down into that position, right? But
Right.
it's been done before.
Um, so you mainly PVC, not PVC. I'm sorry. Beat the rope. You mainly beat the
Yeah.
rope, but
Mhm.
occasion of time you have whipped out the PVC, which do be shocking me because that's not normal for me to see you use. And then
Yeah,
you brung
man.
out the heavy rope.
That's what I
How
was gonna
how is
bring up.
that with your training?
That, man, honestly, I don't know why I don't do it more. Man, I got it like just find the time, but I think just the love for the freestyle and the releases and things overcome me. But the 1 pound rope, I seen you and Mona and Kathy been on that, weighted
Mm-hmm.
rope train for a while now consistently, and it's just getting back into it. But man, my problem is my thing is way too long.
With the
I got
cross
these,
rope.
yeah, yeah, I got my cross rope so long ago, right? And I ended up having to tie a knot in the one side of my 1 pound rope. There's a knot in that thing. It's
Yeah.
way too long, and it's just the right side is heavier than the left now because the knot's on the right. But I still feel like it's so beneficial from just putting down the heavy rope after trying to go hard with it for a little bit, and then going to a beaded rope because that beaded rope feels super
So
light,
feel
and
like dental floss.
I feel like that feels like a PVC at
Yeah.
that point for me, right? So then just trying to go to a PVC is so hard because I can't feel anything. I
Yeah.
cannot. It's so hard to feel that rope go around, right? And then like I should have I should have honestly um made the length different, right? Because the length of my PVC is the same length as my beaded, which is super short.
Mm-hmm.
But I think with the PVC, you just need a little extra length on the thing, man, just to kind of feel it a little bit better. You know what I mean? There's nothing. There's no beads clacking around on that thing. Um,
You don't put no knots in your PVC rope.
No, I did not. No. You think that helps?
Um, it may just a little bit if it's like somewhere close to the handle. It may,
Mm.
but Mona, she don't put any knots on her rope,
Right,
and
right.
she like the feel of it. So
Yeah.
it's kind of different.
Yeah. Jump rope T has knots in his rope. I know he has his, and I
Yeah,
tried it too. It's tough, man.
yeah. As far as the heavy ropes, I be telling people like me personally, from my personal experience, like it helped me improve like with a lot of body weight exercises
Mm,
because you're incorporating a lot of your lats, your upper
mm,
back, your core, and
right.
so things like push ups, or if you in the gym and you doing face pulls, like
Yeah.
it's a big drastic change. And I try to tell people about it, 5-10
Mm,
minutes before after your session.
yeah, yeah. And because usually what my session looks like when I go to the gym, I'll do like a 10-minute jump, 15-minute jump, get into
Hmm.
my lift, and then I'll jump for like a half hour, 40 minutes after that. So that 10, 15 minutes now for the past like, week or so that I started using them again, I've been using the heavy rope at the beginning. And it really, man, it really helps to kind of like just get my heart rate, get a better warm up going. And it primes
Faster,
me for whatever
quicker.
lift on. Yeah, 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 for sure. I just feel better.
So, do you got any questions for me? Because I forgot to mention that like this a two-way thing. I don't want you to
Yeah,
feel
man.
like I'm the.
Hey, I feel like I know the deal, right? I was watching the most recent one I think you did with Katie, I think, right? So I watched that one, and I saw the one
Oh
that you
yeah,
did with
Katie. Yeah.
I saw the one that you did with Alex. I think that was right after the jump rope meetup in New York, I think, or around that time at least, right? But going right into that, the New York City meetup, man. I feel like it was just so much going on. I feel like we didn't get a lot of time going to really kind of like talk or interact that much. But what you were saying before in your last podcast was that like there was so much going on. You guys did a lot of walking, right? And I knew you guys were exploring New York and stuff.
Yeah.
What are give me your top three things that you remember or that you cherished from your trip to New York?
Um, I think I got more than three. So
Mm,
I never been to New York before, so that was my
mm,
first time. And so when I get there, I'm instantly trying to figure out how to get from the airport because I wasn't paying for the Uber. The Uber was
yeah,
like
yeah,
$60-$70. So I quickly
yeah.
learned like the bus system. And then when I got in the subway, I'm like looking around in the subway and I'm like, I'm for sure Batman or some Ninja Turtles gonna pop out of here. One of the two.
You see Master Splinter coming up from the ruins.
Oh, I saw a lot of them. His cousins, his aunties, all of them. It was a family reunion down there. Um,
Uh,
Number two is meeting up with Rushy, Carmine, Nicky B
mm,
on Fifth Ave. It was like like a nervousness, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But then as soon as we like shook up, gave dabs, it's like we homeboys, like we knew each other this whole time.
yeah,
That's number two. Number three is going to the Hudson Edge, that 100th floor building.
yeah.
I left my I left my stomach on the ground floor, man. It was intense, man.
Oh
And
yeah, definitely.
and then of course like the meetup, and like you said, like it was so much happening and I was just
Mm,
soaking it all in, and I ain't get a good chance to have a good chance with a lot of people that I want, especially you,
mm,
um Cody, Tona, just a lot of people there that I didn't get a chance to just hang out and just talk with them because like that was my first time meeting everybody in person.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's
That's a lot.
probably like my only regret. But
Mm,
just being there, jumping for like 3 hours or however long we was jumping,
for a minute.
um, and then steady walking more after that. Oh, and
Mm.
then before that, we met up in Times Square, and then we had put Rushy
The
video
billboard.
on. Oh man, we sat him up good, man. We sat it. He didn't see that coming. We sat him
Man,
up good on that one.
when I saw the edit of the video after it all happened, and once they made a video of it, man, that was so cool to kind of see, and it was awesome. It really was.
Yeah. So that's
Mm,
like the best moments right there. But next time if we have one up there, I'm soaking it all in. I'm recording.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
get a
It's
chance.
hard to bring your phone out, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it was my first time, and I didn't like record anything. I was just soaking it all up visually and
Yeah.
mentally. So
Mhm.
next time, um, I'm gonna try not to do much because I said last time I'm not gonna do too much because all of us was kind of injured. Me, Rushy, Carmine, Alvin,
Mhm.
we was all injured at some in some way, and as always, we overdid it.
Yeah.
So
The adrenaline, everything gets you going, seeing
y-
everybody. You feel like
yeah,
you're invincible. And then
and
that
it
next
like all
day,
that nervousness went away, man.
yeah,
Because I was kind of like nervous to meet everybody, but all that went
yeah.
away so quick.
Hmm. Definitely for sure. Man, my first meetup was with Kathy and them when they first went to New York. And that I was very new to skipping at that point. And so just seeing everybody there
Hmm.
in person at that point in time, man, it was a really cool experience. And to see the turnout, the amount of people that came to
It was
that
a
one
lot
with
of
Rushy was just man, it was
it
really
was a
good.
lot
And
of
it's
people
so
there.
cool. It's cool to see that people can interact just from outside of Instagram because I feel like a lot of the people that I was talking to that were there, yeah, they were
Hmm.
the people who had Instagram, but they knew from Facebook, they knew from YouTube. They're like, oh yeah, I just watched Rushy on YouTube. I do his
Yeah,
workouts on over YouTube. I'm like, do you have Instagram? They're like, nope. I just I'm like, wow, that's just there's I bet you there's different communities, not just your Instagram one, right? That are
right.
out there doing their thing. It's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. It was a couple of people I didn't recognize, but as soon as they said their name, I like flipped out like, "Oh, that's you! We gotta take a picture. Let's do a combo."
Hmm.
You know, it
Yeah.
was pretty exciting. I wish, because I'm in a small country, not country, small place here. I'm sorry,
Hmm.
and the only major city here is like St. Louis. So
Right.
it would be
Yeah.
nice if I can just like get something like going here, but it's kind of
Man, I
hard
was out there
because
that one time, remember? But it was just a weird timing, I think.
yeah, you was here on like a Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll definitely have to meet up again. Try to
Yeah.
take advantage of that.
Hey, man, I'll probably be out there at some point this year. So, once as soon as I know, you'll be one of the first persons I tell. So,
Man, I'll be on my way. I'll be on my way.
try to make it a weekend this time.
All right, it's crazy because I just changed employment, changed jobs. So now my days are like Tuesday and Wednesday, which would have worked perfect at the time you was here.
Mhm.
So
Oh man.
yeah, man. But
Let's
yeah,
see. I have a couple other things. What other did you play any sports before jump rope? Like, what is your fitness journey like?
basketball.
Basketball.
Yeah, basketball my thing, and
Mm-hmm.
I might gonna play later on today too. To be honest with
Mm-hmm.
you, I got it in the plans. So basketball, I played football in eighth grade, but
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't tall as I was. I was real short, and my coach put me on the offensive line, right beside the center. So I'm getting ran over every play. So
Oh no.
coach, don't call no running plays up my side because I'm letting people in. I'm tired of getting ran over.
That's funny, man.
Um, I'm not good at baseball because at the time I couldn't really catch good with my
Mm-hmm.
right hand and to throw it with my
Right.
left. So I used to have to take my glove off to catch my left hand and then take the glove
Mm-hmm.
off and throw the ball. So I tried soccer
Mm-hmm.
and I played one time with some Mexicans and some Jamaicans, and I never been crossed up so bad in my life. Like basketball, it doesn't happen that much, but
Mm-hmm.
soccer, I got crossed over so bad. I was like, nope, yeah, I'm good.
They're different, man. It's just a
Man,
different
that's a
sport.
different breed.
I don't get it, man. It's tough.
What else? Nowadays, I try to get in golf, but only thing I'm at right now is the driving range, trying to get my swing
Mm.
together. But I haven't played too much.
That's a
Um,
sport that is a big one for me, man, because that's a sport that you can play till, whatever
at
age.
any age, any shape,
Mm.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I got bit by the bug this year, just because my job, they have like one event or two events a year or something like
Mm-hmm.
that. And I went to one this year. It was all right. I didn't play the best, but after that time, I was like, man, I kind of want to get good at it. And then I started. I guess I kind of got bit by the same bug that the jump rope guy got me, right?
Right.
because I was like, I went out because there's a course near my house and stuff like that. I had an old set of clubs. I started going a lot and stuff, but it's peaceful, man. And just to I see that I was translating my use of learning process from jump rope to golf. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? So
Exactly.
I was like doing the same sort of things, and I saw the same sort of results too. So I mean, I bet you could probably just do it, for anything. But you just see those little tiny things where I can incorporate jump rope into anything I feel in
I
life now, right?
honestly you can, cause like with golf, it's like it's also like a mind body connection, but you trying to
Mm,
connect this stick with this ball,
right.
and you gotta have the same. You got to have a certain posture, and you gotta have a
Hmm.
certain technique, and it's just like knowing how much strength that you use or how much power you're using in your swing,
Right.
and
Hmm.
trying to direction the ball in a certain direction, hit the ball in a certain direction. So a
Right.
lot of that, yeah, I'm still learning about, but I can't hit that well with the driver. But all the other clubs, I can hit the ball pretty good in
It's
the good
tough, man.
distance. Yeah,
Yeah, it's tough. It'll get you, man. It's a humbling sport.
it is. Like I never really liked golf until I started playing Tiger Woods video game, like on Super Nintendo. No, PlayStation. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Hmm.
And that's how I kind of figure out how to count score and kind of you know what club to use. But other than that, if it wasn't for that game, then I wouldn't be like into golf then like I am now.
Right. Hmm. Right.
Um, is there any brands you wish you can collaborate with?
Let's see. I feel like I kind of didn't really know too much about Rush Athletics at first because I
Mm-hmm.
really was exposed to the jump rope dudes first, which in turn showed me the cross ropes, right? So I didn't really
Right.
know about PVCs or anything or even like the Rush Athletic like style before. So if I were to go back, I don't know if I would change the way it happened or anything, but just to kind of like be involved with Rush a little bit more, because honestly, and I don't know, I don't really buy that many ropes that many anymore, right? I
Right.
have a ton of like beads, right, from taking them off before and relighting my ropes and stuff like that. I still use that one rope I have is the first beaded rope I ever had. Right, I
Mm-hmm.
just replaced the handles and stuff like that. So I don't really buy too many ropes that
Yep.
often anymore, but I still got to get myself a Rush Athletics rope. So just because everyone says that the PVC Rush Athletics rope is different, and so I got to try that out. But I think if there were any other collaborators that I'd rather work with or try out, it'd probably be Rush just to see what it's.
I'll get you hooked up with that on that one, man.
My God.
But what about anything outside of jump rope? But yeah, just anything outside of jump rope, because I can name probably like two things for me personally.
Well, let me hear him. What would be two
So
for
this is
yours?
gonna sound odd, right? So
Mm.
a foot spa massager, like you put your
Ooh,
foot in the tub and it heats up and
yeah.
bubble. Like
Hmm.
I will sponsor that right there because I use that a lot. Like when I'm jumping, like when I'm
Yeah.
done jumping, or if I'm
Hmm.
like in the gym and I'm done like squats or deadlifts, or especially like walking lunges.
Yeah. Yeah.
I put my feet in that thing and man, I sit there like for an hour. I read a book or a comic or I watch something on TV, and I would sit there
Hmm.
like literally for an hour in that thing. So that's one, and the other odd thing is body wash. I go through so much body wash, man. So I would definitely endorse those two things outside of
Okay.
jump rope.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. All right. Hey, man, you're not wrong there. I'm right there with you. I use a ton of that stuff too.
Yeah.
But all right, okay. There is this one massage gun that Steph used, and I I was looking into them, so I don't remember their name to be honest with you.
I
But
don't.
a massage gun of some sort would be helpful. I got this one from I think it was like Marshalls or something like that, right? It wasn't that
Mm,
expensive, but that worked for a little bit. But it's not like the heads broke off or whatever. I don't use it anymore. It's not working the best. So a good quality massage gun, that would
yeah.
that would be super helpful. Um, man, and just any clothing. That's the thing, man. Clothes are so tough, right? Gym apparel. right? Because I kind of go back and forth on the different ones that I like. Um, I'll try out like Fabletics. They weren't that bad. They lasted me for a while, but you know, us working out as much as we do, you know, they only last so long, right? I tried out Gymshark a couple of times. They're the most recent ones. This is my and Chase Jumps uses ASRV, man, and Jimmy and them. They put me onto this line. I usually buy a lot of their surplus sale stuff because
Mm-hmm.
they're just super expensive, but the quality, man, is just I
What's
don't know.
the brand again?
ASRV.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
hmm And their clothes are super like they have their quality is there and they're worth it and they last a long time.
yeah.
You know, especially with the amount that you wear it, but they're just, you know, they're a little expensive. They don't have a lot of stock and stuff. I think they're mostly online.
Mm-hmm.
But even like a company that was similar to that, just clothing in general, it's
Yeah.
tough. You know?
I can't think of really a clothing brand that's not like, you know what I'm saying, popular that I
Yeah.
probably wanna. But I would though, like apparel brand,
hmm
if like the right one approaches with the right
Right. Yeah.
material and
Exactly. Right. For the right reasons and all that kind of
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of just like anybody, because
Yeah. Where
we
both
just
lines up. Right. Yeah. hmm
well, brother, this has been a blast. I still feel like there's more about you that the community needs to know, but that could be
hmm
something for next time. But I
Let's
appreciate you.
honestly, man, the thing that I want to work on more and just to leave it at that is just interaction, right? I've been trying to interact a little bit more this year, right? Just talking to people, even if it's just through like the DM or something like that, or replying to stories and stuff. But
Yeah,
I was telling people before in my live, you know, if they have questions, you know, or something like that, reach out to me. I'm gonna try and talk a little bit more on the stories, a little bit, man. But you know, just so they can understand a little bit about me, because that's what I was telling you before. I don't really talk that much, so
hey, I don't
that's
really
another
talk
reason
that
why I
much.
wanted. Yeah, but it's a good reason why I wanted to get on with you. You know, talk to you a little bit. It's always good speaking with you and just kind of get my voice out there a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's something I could start doing, start improving on, because I don't really talk that much like on my stories or anything like that. It's
Yeah.
either you see me do some kind of weird gym exercise or some kind of combo or
Right. Right.
yeah. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, that should be goals for this year.
Absolutely, brother.
All
hmm
right, man. This been a pleasure, man. I appreciate you coming on.
I
Um,
appreciate you having me, Larry. It was great,
it,
man.
we're gonna have to have a part two later on this year sometime. So,
I'm down anytime for it. Just let me know.
so people, you have it right there, Mr. Nicky B, EB dive professionist specialist. um, drop a comment below, man. Show him some love. Show this channel some love. Let me know who you want to see next, and I'm gonna try to get it done for you. So it's the kid L.R.Player, my guy Nicky B, and we'll holler at you.
All right,
Peace.
Larry. Have a good one, man.